Good morning everybody. Today I am very excited. I recently entered a photo competition and in this video I will bring you along on a journey on what I did and how I did it. There are 3 simple rules for this competition. The first rule is the theme. It's summer 2020, which can basically be interpreted in any way. The second rule is that I get to choose 3 images of whatever object or subject I want, as long as there is no person that can be easily identified. And the third and final rule is that all the pictures have to be taken in Old Town, which is a small neighborhood in central Stockholm. Old Town is a very old place, as you can guess from the name, and it has lots of alleyways, lots of cobblestone and very old apartments. It can be a great place for good photos, so fingers crossed. Those are the rules, and without further ado, I will mount up my very sophisticated GoPro camera setup and we will shoot some photos. Our journey begins in the outskirts of Old Town. It was raining quite heavily and I tested out my camera settings on 2 ladies walking by. I really enjoyed the geometry of this background, especially the downpipe and the blue sign. So I took some test shots, and since I have manual focus on, I made sure the focus was on point. Now all I had to do was wait. I was impatient because nobody came, and wouldn't you know it, somebody came walking just when I was about to leave. So I missed a potentially great photo of that man walking by. Luckily there were some other people walking by that I could shoot. I also tried to experiment a little bit with these images in post. Sometimes I make them black and white, sometimes I crop them. I think it's very important to experiment in as many ways as you can, because that's how you learn new things. Further down the road I found a tunnel and I shot some photos of some people at the end of the tunnel. Because my lens is so wide, I usually have to crop these types of images quite a bit. Later down the street, I tried to capitalize on the puddles that had formed by trying to get some reflections going. I caught some reflections here, but not of any people, which was my goal. Then suddenly I saw an opportunity. A group of tourists was walking towards me, so I got in position and I waited. And I was quite happy with this photo. I flipped it upside down in post, and metaphorically speaking, this summer was flipped upside down as well, so I thought it could fit the theme very well. One of the reasons I really like photography is because it helps me discover things I wouldn't normally have seen. And I think it's quite important to really try and be aware of your surroundings when you go out and take photos. I also think it's very difficult at times. Sometimes I feel like every shot I take looks the same, and it's a struggle to always try to find new things to discover. But it's very fun and it can be quite rewarding. Here I'm just waiting for a cyclist behind me to walk by, and as soon as she is in frame, I snap the photo. And I think it turned out pretty okay. Later on, I found an intersection with quite a few people passing by, so I thought I could wait here for a while. Some very cool dudes walked by and I managed to catch them in a night photo. What's great with waiting at a spot like this was that I could just put my focus on the road and then just wait for people to come into focus. The only problem is I lose some quality when I crop these images, and if I don't crop them, I get a lot of street and walls in the frame. I think a more narrow lens here would have been better. Maybe I could have used a 50 or 70 if I had one. I like the lady's dress, and I think this last photo turned out okay. Here I tried to follow a dove, but I couldn't get close enough with my wide lens to get a good photo. I almost caught this struggling cyclist in the perfect spot. I just wish I had positioned myself more to the left, so you could see more of the alleyway behind her. My girlfriend was happy to pose for this photo in a lovely courtyard. Welcome back to the studio. I hope you enjoyed that little walk with me, and I hope you enjoyed all the photos. Unfortunately, I did not record footage of all my photos because my GoPro has a battery that was made in the Middle Ages, apparently. But I did take over 200 photos in the span of 2 days. And I think I managed to scrape together 3 decently looking images. So these 3 images were the ones that I chose for the competition. I think these images were the ones that resonated the most with me and made me feel something. Let me know what you think of the final images. Do you think I picked the right ones? And which one did you like the most? You can be brutally honest with me. I am always looking for constructive feedback. I have lots of things to improve when it comes to my photography. If you need another look of all the images, I will upload them to my Instagram. I will put a link down in the description. And yeah, thank you.